Risk is that often people focus on physical risk, but my research really is looking at the fact there are three types of risk. There's the intellectual risk of educational programs that are monumentally boring, but no one ever talks to me about that. And there's also an emotional risk that we have no risk, because if you don't allow children to push themselves at the forefront and to really challenge themselves physically, emotionally, intellectually, all of those things, then actually what you find is children get very fearful. They get very worried about having a go. They get panicked about failing. And so you need those three types of risk in your life to be a full, rounded human being, really, I suppose.
Okay, and what about digital technology, screen time? Surely those kind of devices are against your philosophy.
I think screen time is fine. I grew up with David Attenborough, you know, the whole understanding and the magic of the natural world. But I think what happens is that we've just lost the balance. So we've ended up spending too much time in what I would call secondhand learning. So you can't understand the essence of a tree unless you've touched it. You can't actually feel grass unless you've been on it. You can't understand, if you like, what you see on those screens unless you've had those physical experiences. It's what we call haptic learning. So hands-on, very physical, full engagement. So I'm not opposed to screen time. I just think we need to reduce it and get it balanced with playing and being outside in the natural environment.
Would you say any aspect of nature play or in education you are integrating use of digital devices at all?
Yeah, I think, you know, some of the, I was talking to someone the other day who'd got their small phone and they've got a microscope that just clips over the top of the phone, and you put that in your rucksack, in your pocket, and you're off, and you're then able to study the natural world easily. So absolutely, photography, the use of the tablets for investigation and research, things like that. What I think we do need to question is whether or not it's natural for a 2-year-old to be in front of a screen. And actually, is there a place where developmentally within your childhood you start to be exposed to television and screen time? And I think in education that sits probably three years really, and I wouldn't have much screen time below that. Yeah.
And how are you finding children and parents and educators are embracing the concept?
Joyfully, actually. I think what they're finding is that they've maybe felt a bit demotivated, and although they know it's not right to be inside the whole time or giving children too many worksheets and things like that, they're now feeling invigorated themselves, because if you feel that this is your learning environment, then you feel good as a human being, and then that gives you as an adult all of this emotional resilience and love for the environment to pass out to children. And that means that the whole dynamic becomes positive, engaging, dynamic, great. And who wouldn't want to work in this space? It would be great, eh? Rather than being inside an office the whole time.
And lastly, there's an ever-increasing number of allergies these days with kids from all ages. Have you found that nature play has had any implications on childhood development in regards to allergies and possibly other respiratory conditions?
Certainly. I think the things we need to do is do a bit of myth busting, and we need to say actually there are more allergens inside a building than outside. The idea that by being outside you're going to catch a cold, that's not true. It's caused by a virus or a bacterium. The idea that actually we've so cleaned up childhood that we don't have any of the dirt, and you need dirt. And we've now got research coming out from all of the chemists, it's coming out from the biology, coming from every sector, if you like, saying children need dirt. And if they need dirt, what better place to find it than here? And then that builds up our physical resilience to all of these germs, so that actually the level of allergies, I think, is caused by this nature deficit disorder, this reduction and reduced access to the natural world.
And would you, on that point, like to see any kind of empirical research on the way that nature play or more outside activity is actually having on a reduction in allergies?
There's already research out there. I think there's a lot coming out of Canada at the moment, where you've got microbiologists who are giving you that research to say, this is what your gut needs, this is what your body needs, this is all the things that you need, and you're going to get it by playing in dirt. So the research is there. What we need to do is to share the story, is to get it out there in the hands of practitioners so that they can really begin to understand, actually, hold on, there is empirical research that says this is the way that human beings learn, and then celebrate it and enjoy it for all it's worth.
Okay, that's all I had to ask. Did you have anything else you think that you should add?
Is there anything else?